MAC championships went amazing. It definitely turned out the way we hoped it would. We worked really hard for it and focused all week on the details and executing. Jay told us that the meet would come down to the details. At the time, it didn't really seem that way because when we were focused on us, like we were definitely hitting our details and executing our routines well, but the other teams kind of were faltering. I wasn't paying attention to the other teams because we were just like really in it for ourselves and focusing on what we had to do. So we ended up kind of like winning by a lot, which was pretty awesome. I think I did really well. We started on bars, and bars being my favorite event and probably my best event. I was like super confident going into it, and I hit my routine well and did the job I was supposed to do, and that I knew I can do. And so for all tournament team, I was on it for bars since I tied for first. And then also beam went really well, and we finished on vault, which was the other event that I competed. So overall, I think I did pretty well. The team is super amped up about regionals. I mean, it's the first time we're going to it, so it's going to be a really great experience competing with like 5 other great teams. We're definitely going to go in there and have some fun, as it's like the end of the season. And since it's at U of M, we're really excited because we're going to probably have a big fan base, more so than probably other schools that would have to travel a lot. And so our friends and our family will be there and to come support us, so we're really excited to have them.
It was amazing. I don't think we really realized, we didn't look at the standings at all, so we had no idea, and we just knew that we were putting really good meet together, and just carried through that momentum, and it was really exciting when we found out that we won it. It went really well. I was really excited to finally put that routine together at a MAC championship. I was really excited to have that score count for the team also. We're just really excited. I think we kind of have the attitude we have nothing to lose. We're there, we have our home crowd, we've competed there before, we're comfortable, and we're just excited to put up another good meet.
Obviously, I think it went pretty well. We went in knowing that we had the ability to probably, to win, but I mean, it was all going to be determined on, that day. There wasn't one team that was so far ahead or behind others. Everybody in that arena, if they had a great day, possibly had a shot. So, we really talked about that, the details and, managing the pressure and, managing just, the whole meet itself was going to really be key. Trying to put together a whole meet. I really think the girls did a great job with that. I feel like they were really energized, but they weren't overhyped either. At the same time, they had a good calm about them throughout the meet. At certain times, they weren't, little mistakes didn't faze them or bother them in any way. They just rolled right through, supported each other, had really good energy when we needed it. So, I mean, I think we put together a really complete meet, and I just think they did a tremendous job. I mean, there's several. Rachel had a great day. She did a fantastic floor routine. She did a great vault. Kendall, was just lights out on bars right out of the first event. Our whole beam squad was rock solid, and we got some great scores. Nat obviously did a fantastic routine. Just really, really put it together. Like I said, we've got great performances. We had 3 9.9s on floor between Sid, Kimbo, and Rachel. So the back half of the floor lineup just really put it together. Floor and beam was just tremendous. They really helped us kind of put a little distance between some of the other, us and some of the other teams. Bars did a good job, vault did a good job, but beam and floor really helped us get away from the other teams and put some pressure on them to really do well. I think it's a fairly tough regional. I think you can go all the way down to even to the 6th seed. Even UNH has scored well, at different points of the season. Maybe not so much recently, but they were capable of putting up big scores. Penn State definitely has put it together here at the end of the year. I think they're a much different team than they were, in the first half of the season. Their Big 5 meet, the Big 10 meet. They're looking really sharp. So they're the 5 seed behind us, And then we've got Stanford, Stanford, Michigan, and Auburn, rounding out the first three in front of us. All three of them made nationals. Last year, there's a couple of Super 6 teams, between Stanford and Auburn from last year. So I think there's a lot of talent. I think there's a lot of good teams. And like most meets, I think for anything, it's going to really come down to, who's executing, who's taking care of the details, who's hitting routines, and who's putting together a good meet as far as, where we'll fall out. So, I mean, the teams, we've been doing really good practices. Everybody's obviously pretty fired up coming off of MAC championships. They're feeling good. They're feeling energized. Everybody's been in a good mood and working hard. So our practices have been great. Energy's been great. So we're just looking to, take that over to Ann Arbor, bring our, friends and our fans and, the family with us and have a good cheering section for us and go out and try to put together a full meet again.